got it and you try to buy it off them. Well, it's the same thing with sales. One of the things I tell people all the time is if you're not good at sales, you're not going to do well in this industry. So read your Zig Ziglar books, read your sales books, and you've got to understand that read those books because any idiot can go out and register a bunch of domains. Okay, that's 2% of the business. Just going out and register a domain, it doesn't mean anything. 98% of domaining is sales and negotiations. So you have to know how to sell, you have to know how to negotiate. I'll give you one last story about the sale that I had, and then we'll take some questions. So, again, I'm at home. It's 5 o'clock. My wife's over my shoulder talking about something. The phone rings. It's about megacity.com. This guy says to me, I want to buy your domain name. So I said, okay, it's $85,000. He says, you're a bastard, you're a crook, I have the trademark, you can go to hell. So I said, hold on a second. And I look up, he's got no trademark. So I go, keep on the phone, still trying, still calling the names. So I go, okay. All right, you know what? I don't have time for you, and I hang up the phone. His offer was, I think it was $500. So I know what's going to happen. He wants a domain name. It's not like houses where there's one house here and one house here. He wants it, he's going to call me back. 2 weeks later, he calls me back. He says, I'll give you $2,000 for the domain name. Oh, you're being nice today, huh? So I said, still $85,000. So then he emails me back and forth, and we do this for about 2 or 3 weeks. And I saved all the emails. I have a screen posted on the forum of this sale. Eventually, he gets up to $65,000 from that. So I said, okay, wow. We have a deal. I'll get in a little bit now because you're up to. But it took a lot of, and a couple times I told you, I started to make people, hey, this domain is too expensive for you. You can't afford it. So go pick another domain because I'm not going to waste more time with it. Well, that's like an option. People want what they can't have. They like to change. I'll bid up ridiculous amounts of numbers on it. You've seen it. People bid up crazy on options because somebody's outbidding them and they want it. They want to win it. So it's the same thing with this. This guy wanted it. And when you tell people, I'm sorry, you can't have it, you're basically saying, look, you're not good enough. What do you mean I'm not good enough? I want it. And they'll come back, and they come back. He ended up buying it for $65,000. Now, originally, I thought it was Mercedes, because Mercedes was coming out with a car called Megacity. But it wasn't them. It was some guy in Brazil or Argentina that was putting up a big game called Megacity. Well, eventually the game flopped, and he tried to sell it back to me for about a tenth of the price he paid. I've had a few domains with people. I bought them back for much less than people paid me for them. So you want to back order every name you sell. I had one domain, a hotel. The guy kept forgetting to renew it, and I sold him the same domain name 3 times.
Wow.
It's not going to happen too often. It was Silverwood Motel, or something like that. Out in Canada somewhere in some Nova Scotia. Wow. 3 times he forgot. 3 times. And the worst part is, each time I charge the guy more money than the last time. I figured, you can't remember to do it. Silverwood Motel, I know. And literally, I think he bought the first one for $2,100, then went for $4,000, he paid like $8,000. I probably still is available for registration. So you got to back order, you got to watch what you sell. I don't look back at high-end names I sell because I think people always think they're going to feel bad if some company's into this mega million corporation. I just look at what I bought it for and what I sold it for, and I don't care what somebody else does with it. If I make money on the trade, personally, I hope they all fail. But what the hell? All right, so any topics you guys want me to cover besides stuff we've talked about, or any questions? Yes?
What's it like to be Canadian?
You know, I'm glad you asked that question, because I can tell you, we win all the hockey medals. We win all the hockey medals. We don't go outside here and complain at 75 degrees, we need a coat because it's cold. Last night I'm leaving the hotel, and the girls wearing this coat. They're at the outside all the time.
Tone Ford!
They're wearing all these coats. It's Rob Ford, by the way. They're outside, they're wearing this coat, and she's like, sure, you're getting cold. You don't know where I'm here, nowhere. I go out there, it's like a summer day for me. So, Rob Ford, he's probably going to win the election. No. He probably will. I mean, we love cocaine, smoking, drugs. I mean, Nick's a great comedy. We never had higher tourism in Toronto than you come in and see the drug smoke. They fight in the House of Commons or whatever we call it. They fight every day. They fight out with something. He's out at some chicken place swearing about how well he eats at home and all that good stuff. You know, guy's a pig, but listen, he's fun. Actually, I own Canadians.com. And he wanted to pay me for some advertising on it and have me bill it as like a big segment of the election. Our election is not closed, by the way. So I'm thinking, well, if you're a pig and I really don't expect anything to do, I'll pay you $10,000 a month. Okay, let's do it. And he is paying me $10,000 a month, and the mayor of Richmond
Well,
I
thank you
once
for
sold-
letting me misspeak. Thank you.
I'll tell you two quick stories. I once rented out the domain, I gotta say it in American so you guys understand it, Z, not Z, ZP.com, to the president of Spain. His name was Paco something or other, because he wanted it for election. He gave me like 20 grand a month for the stupid domain. Another story that you gotta get lucky sometimes, and this tells you domain names. I did, Home Depot ran this campaign, and they spent millions and millions of dollars in advertising. Only problem was, in the flyer, they used my domain instead of theirs.
Oh, wow.
Pardon? I don't remember what the hell it was. But I know that it was in 2004. And then they called me up and said, we need to, they had a PR company saying, we need to book up, we need to, we need to forward it to our site. Forward it, how much? I got a lot of money for that, too. I don't know if you can pay me good stuff, too. So sometimes you got to be lucky in domains, too. That's a true story. Not all the rest is shit. That's true. Anybody else?
Hey, Adam, I have a question for you. How do you feel about mobile apps? And have you developed or have you been a part of the mobile app development process? And is there money in it with such a saturated market right now?
It's a very tough market to get into. I have not personally had any involvement in it. I've seen a lot of mobile companies disappear faster than the .com boom.
Sure.
So, yeah, if you've got a great app and you can make money with it, power to you, but it's not my area of expertise. Again, stick to what you know.
Great.
Let the mobile apps do control the SEO slots.
Yeah, and in a lot of countries, mobile phones outnumber computers by like 20 to 1 and stuff, especially in China and other places. Mobile phones are the main thing. I use a lot of mobile apps, but I haven't built one. Yes, sir.
Listen, so you're talking about mobile apps.
Well, you got one and you don't give a shit now, is that what it is?
No, I'm just saying, like, when you're building a website, it should be mobile friendly, not necessarily.
Oh no, and that's another thing that that software that I built does. It tells you if their website is mobile ready. And I said if they're not, I show you the whole site and tell them, look, nobody gets your site with mobile. It's good.
I look at my traffic on my domain name, between 30 and 35% is mobile.
And it's going to go up.
And so I just think
I pulled up my phone on the airplane and the car. What's that?
that's not mobile.
That's my Galaxy 3.
That's not a mobile.
Actually, it's a lot better.